scene first, accompanied by Velvet Sky from Toronto, Ontario, Canada, Angelina Love.
The TNA Knockouts will be featured in two very distinct matches this Sunday at Lockdown. As we just heard, Awesome Kong and her associate, Raisha Saeed, step inside the Six Sides of Steel cage against Gail Kim and ODB, where ODB says that she will remove the burqa that covers Raisha Saeed's face. Meanwhile, Angelina Love, Velvet Sky, they are two of the participants in the first ever Queen of the Cage.
That's right, Mike. There will be 8 TNA knockouts outside the Six Sides of Steel. But they have to fight their way in, do whatever they can to be one of the first 2 participants inside the cage, and then it's win by pinfall or submission.
And her opponent from Congo Square, New Orleans, Louisiana, Roxxi
Beautiful people, Angelina Love and Velvet Sky consider themselves so much hotter than their knockout rivals, especially Roxxi Laveau. The Voodoo Queen recently fell into the trap of Angelina and Velvet when they promised Roxxi a complete makeover, a makeover that went horribly bad.
Well, I just don't know how smart it is to try to show up the Voodoo Queen. And you know, sometimes when you do something like that, Mike, you just wake up that other person and you bring on a side of them that you didn't want to.
You talk about waking the sleeping giant, so to speak, and when you think back to the premonitions that the Voodoo Queen, Roxxi Laveau, has had, I've got to agree with you. Why go out of your way to try and cross paths with her, to try and mess with her like Angelina Love and Velvet Sky have done?
Well, one thing we know about Angelina Love and Velvet Sky, they're going to work together. They're going to do whatever they can to distract Roxxi Laveau, and wow, nice knife-edge chop right there on the chest. Mike, I gotta tell you, I can hardly wait to see Raisha Saeed inside the Six Sides of Steel. I mean, we know so little about her. To see her in that ring, having to work with Awesome Kong against Gail Kim and ODB.
We recently found out on Impact that Raisha Saeed is from Syria. And the fact that her and Awesome Kong have known each other for years, and they train together in the dojos of the Orient over in Japan as Angelina Love gets a 2 count on Roxxi Laveau. So there definitely is a wrestling background for Raisha Saeed, and we'll see how that plays out this Sunday at Lockdown in that Knockouts Tag Team match.
Don't forget, there's also going to be Queen of the Cage, where 8 of the knockouts will be outside the Six Sides of Steel. As you see Angelina Love just pounding the head of Roxxi Laveau into the mat, and they'd have to fight their way in, Mike. Kind of a reverse cage match. You got to fight your way in, and then when you get to the first 2 that make it in, it'll be pinfall submission. Roxxi Laveau gets a shoulder up just in time.
Boy, you're right. Angelina Love on the verge of victory for a second time. Don, we've been talking about Lockdown, Queen of the Cage, all the backstage news and gossip about this Sunday's pay-per-view. It's our debut in the greater Boston area, Lowell, Massachusetts to be exact, and all that backstage news and gossip, it's available at TNA Mobile. Text TNA to 76,000. What a clothesline by Roxxi Laveau.
Wow, she got out of the way just in time. The momentum of Angelina Love threw her into that turnbuckle, and then what a clothesline. This could be her chance to get the momentum back, and what a shot. What another shot. Another shot by Roxxi Laveau, and spins around and gives her the hard elbow to the chest.
Yeah, discus forearm shot that time. Face first into the top turnbuckles goes Angelina. Now shot off into the corner. And Roxy connects. Now watch Roxy off the ropes. And she decked her with a big boot.
Here we go. Oh, wait a minute. You can see Velvet Sky gets in there and distracts referee Rudy Charles, and that allows Angelina Love to get a breath, to get back to her feet, and then she just took a shortcut and poked the eyes of Roxxi Laveau.
You're right, cheap shot, raked the eyes, but however, she's able to sidestep Angelina, send her into her partner, Velvet Sky. Oh, check this out. This could be the voodoo drop.
Wow!
Oh, man.
1, 2, she's got it.
Yes, momentum on the side of Roxxi Laveau as she heads into Queen of the Cage. Check out this replay.
You didn't know where she was going with this, and then bam! Sits her down on the spine. Look at that. Just the pressure. Bam! And that was all it took. And there was the 1-2-3.
The Voodoo Queen, one of 8 TNA knockouts to compete this Sunday in the Queen of the Cage. On that note, let's send it to the back. JB standing by with Super Eric.